All right, hi guys. I'm gonna try to do today a little tutorial how to play Jungle by Jimi Hendrix, of course, my favorite artist. So yeah, I like to have the music score here from those kind of book, and even if you don't know how to read music, so you can learn to read the tabs quite fast with just its only numbers, and you won't have the rhythm, but at least you can see the right where to be on the fretboard and then listen to the song. That's a good way to learn songs, I guess. So I try to go in details how he plays Hendrix, and perhaps try to simplify for people who have not the technique level yet there. So yeah, first this is my cheap acoustic guitar, but I don't play. I like to tune it down a little bit, so kind of have one tone below. So sorry if you're used to standard tuning. I don't like to tune too much. My strings are sometimes a bit big, but I like the tone. Anyway, so let's begin. So it starts, it's in A minor, so like this. But Hendrix, like most of his chords, he plays with the thumb like this. So you kind of learn to have to practice this. Maybe it seems hard at the beginning, but after it's super easy. Like, and then this works too, but you have less control than the. So like your minor, and sometimes you play both strings with this finger. If it's major, you. All right. So that's the first chord, A minor, and then D minor 7. He played it like this. And sometimes you're gonna play just like this. So it's like kind of a ninth chord, but minor. Like any position is comfortable for you. All right, so to begin the intro, it's just those two chords, and then it will change. We start only with this, and it's in 3 beats. It's not like 1 and 2. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we start in A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Actually, it's just one time, but just to get the feeling. If you play the whole chord or just one note. And I love to do, like always, downstrokes with the right hand. All right, so that's, you can just practice that to begin. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then you practice switching chord. You understand? Alright, so that's quite a good start. This chord is not so common. You could play it like this too. But this kind of have a cool flavor, I think. This is the regular. Alright, so now Hendrix always like to embellish his chords, so like in the beginning, the minor, he does with his pinky. You understand? So that kind of thing, you can like try to do your own stuff, like with those kind of ideas. Anything, and to the D minor, he goes sometimes up there, the 10th fret. And here he does a little. He plays like with his this finger. So it's about always the same with slight variation. This is a cool one. So you're right here. So you don't start with the bass on the first beat, but the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. And just before, boom, bam, bam, boom. And then here the minor 9. And here it goes like. That's cool too, I think. Like a bass line. Alright, so after a little while, like we go to the other part. Like here he does this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 times. So 8 times. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 8 times. Then you change pattern. We go to F major. Hendrix again, like he likes to play with like this, but it's easier. Also, many people like struggle with this, but it works if you prefer doing like this. So it's like only like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on the G, when you play with the thumb, you can play like the open string here. And you go to D major. And so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You stay. You move one step above. Again. 4, 5, 6. Another time. We go back to the A minor from the beginning. So if you're just beginning, I wanted to say you can like you could play like here, like the A minor and D minor, and you can improvise like any embellishment you like. Just still have like taken kind of feeling of the song too, without doing exactly what Hendrix is doing. And F, you have no choice, but if it's too hard, you can just play like not a complete whole just few like just 3, 1, 2, 3. This works. And D, you can play it. Alright, so That's most of it for the first part. He goes back a second time with more variation, but it's like the same thing. We can go a little bit faster just to see. So it's this kind of little solo, not a real solo, but just. Again, the 1, 2, 3, and then he goes with a rhythmic change, which is interesting. So it's the A minor. So you go down, up, and then you just the 3 drop strings, and you cut the sound. And you do it 2 times. F, G, D. 1, D again. F, G, D. Here he does just the octave, and he strums faster, like 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then one time he stops, and we go to the last part. So now we change the rhythmic. We go into 2 beats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 4 beats actually. And it starts like this. So this is again octave. This is the start. Alright. And then you have to really work on this. You have to kind of groove with this part, especially. So it's between A minor, G major. Pop, 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 pop. Then we go to D, and D minor, C. And then we go to A, F9, like this. There's like 2 strings at the time. It sounds more full than just. G. Half step, we go back to A. this is like to go back to the first beat. So once you go with this little D, C, you do this 4 times, and the 4th time you do a little lick, which is like from the intro. But here you do just so you can do just the octave or not. So maybe it's not so clear, but just listen to it and you figure out. And then he does that one more last time again with some little variation, but same kind of pattern. And what is important is like Hendrix like doesn't move his whole arm like to strum like he's more like with his wrist, and he separates like the bass and to kind of instead of, so it's put some groove just between like bass and treble. So this is kind of helpful for this kind of group, and release the pressure. So you can practice like this, and sometimes and then press for the chord. And then we go to F. This second time it goes like this. He does it major instead of. There's no rules. You could do F here if you want. Go back to D, and then C, and then here he does a little bass pattern. So it's. C. Bum 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 bum. And he finished the song. You stay on A. You do whatever you want. It doesn't fade out there. So I hope it was helpful. I know it's maybe difficult, but the more songs you do, you figure out. And again, if it's difficult, this part like doing like this, but this is helpful because like it's easy to cut the sound and go between rhythmic and slide chord. But you could start like again with the open chord. So you can do A minor, G. And the G you can just shake the open string. Understand? And with the D minor. Alright, so let me know your comments if this helped you a little bit, and if you have other songs you'd like to have a little help, it's my pleasure. See you later. Ciao.